I want to talk to you about something crucial, something that often flies completely under the radar. You've gotten really good at setting external boundaries, right? You tell people no, you protect your calendar, you walk away from toxic situations, and yet, even after all that effort, you still feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and completely drained at the end of the day. Why? Because the hardest battle isn't happening out there. It's happening right here, inside your head. It's the constant loop of worry, the echo of other people's problems you can't stop replaying, and that harsh, unfair self-talk that follows you everywhere. If you don't set boundaries on your own mind, your mental peace is always going to be at the mercy of chaos. So today, we're not talking about telling other people no. We're talking about a deeper, more radical self-protection, the art of the inner boundary. We're going to cover 5 psychological strategies, simple, powerful tools that finally teach you how to shield your peace, stop absorbing toxic energy, and take back control of your inner world. Let's dive in. Let's start with the one that steals the most sleep, rumination. That endless, exhausting loop where your mind just keeps playing a scene from 2 weeks ago, or running through 45 possible worst-case scenarios for tomorrow. That, my friend, is a boundary violation in your own mind. The tool here is the 2-minute rule for worry. It sounds too simple, but it works. When that loop starts, you give yourself exactly 2 minutes to worry about it. Truly worry. But here's the rule. When the timer goes off, you ask yourself, can I take a meaningful action step right now to solve this problem? If the answer is yes, take the step. If the answer is no, and most of the time, it will be, you must consciously redirect your mind to something constructive, like a specific task on your to-do list, or even just listening intently to the music you put on. You are setting a firm boundary with your own anxiety. Remember this wisdom. Anxiety is the mind asking you a question you can't answer. Redirecting is choosing a different, solvable question. You are the boss of your focus. If you are a sensitive or empathetic woman, this next one is absolutely critical. The emotional detox filter. You know the feeling. A friend calls and unloads their entire crisis onto you, and for the next 3 hours, you feel like you just lived through it. You've absorbed their energy. This boundary is about practicing non-identification. You need to learn how to offer profound empathy without taking ownership of their feelings. The key is in the mental framing. When they're venting, you mentally say, this is their sadness, it is not my reality, or this is their stress, it is not my burden. You can visualize a clear, clean glass membrane between you. You are there to witness and support, not to be a sponge, because empathy is understanding their pain. Taking on their pain is self-abandonment. Use that filter to give them the support they need while keeping your own spirit intact. Let's talk about the harshest critic you know, the one in your mirror. This is the inner boundary against the voice of the inner critic. It's always telling you you messed up, you should be doing more, or you're simply not good enough. The strategy here is to use the neutral observer. The next time that voice flares up saying, you messed up that presentation, you don't argue with it. Arguing gives it power. Instead, you simply step back and observe the thought. I notice that I am having the thought that I messed up the presentation. That distance is your inner boundary. Once you've observed it neutrally, you consciously give yourself an internal permission slip. A permission slip to be imperfect, to rest, or to simply try again tomorrow. Ask yourself, you wouldn't let a friend speak to you that way, so why do you allow your own mind to? Stop engaging with the bully inside. Our modern world constantly violates our inner peace with the sheer volume of chaos it throws at us. News headlines, alarming notifications, the endless scroll. This is the boundary of focus protection. Your mind needs space to process, but we starve it of that space by constantly feeding it digital junk food. Implement a no-scroll sunrise-sunset policy. This is a firm inner boundary. No scrolling social media or checking anxiety-inducing news for the first hour after you wake up and the last hour before you go to sleep. In those protected hours, you transition from digital to depth. You read, you journal, you plan, you sit in silence. This isn't just about reducing stress. It's about reclaiming your mental bandwidth for what truly matters. The wisdom here is simple. Your focus is a limited resource. Chaos rushes in where silence has been neglected. Guard your quiet time fiercely. Finally, we come to a strategy inspired by ancient Stoicism, which gives us the ultimate peace, the control circle test. When a source of stress or worry attacks your mental peace, draw a mental circle, place the problem inside. If you can take a meaningful, immediate action to change it, like sending an email or having a conversation, it stays inside. You focus your energy there. If you cannot change it, if it's the weather, someone else's past decision, or a global event, you consciously move it outside the circle. You acknowledge it, you name it, and then you commit to releasing the anxiety associated with it. Why? Because worry is a wasted resource when the situation is completely outside your sphere of influence. This boundary allows you to step into true peace, because peace is not the absence of trouble, but the acceptance of what is inevitable. These 5 inner boundaries are not rules to punish yourself. They are acts of radical self-love and self-protection. They are the keys to building an unshakable fortress for your mind. Remember, you are the ultimate curator of your inner world. Start small, be patient, and commit to holding these lines. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 inner boundaries, the mental rerouter, the emotional detox filter, the internal permission slip, the digital to depth transition, or the control circle test, will you practice starting today? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're ready for more deep wisdom on self-protection and navigating the complexities of life, be sure to like this video and subscribe. I'll see you next time.